What if everything you thought you knew about football was wrong? What if the strongest teams on earth stopped being invincible in a single night? What if history didn't just repeat itself, but completely collapsed in front of millions of fans? Germany are out, the Netherlands are out, and Brazil barely survived the disaster nobody saw coming. But this wasn't just football. This was a turning point, a night where reputation meant nothing, a night where legends fell without warning, a night where underdogs stopped behaving like underdogs. And by the end of the story, you'll realize something uncomfortable. Football is no longer predictable. It never was. But now, it's something else entirely. Let's go inside the chaos. In every World Cup, there are moments that define eras. A goal, a save, a penalty, a collapse. But rarely does everything happen at once. On this night, fans across the world expected routine dominance from football's giants. Germany advancing with control, the Netherlands showing experience, Brazil cruising with flair. Instead, everything broke. Scoreboards stopped making sense. Favorites stopped behaving like favorites. And pressure turned into panic. It didn't feel like a tournament anymore. It felt like survival. Before the chaos, there was confidence. Germany arrived with structure and discipline. The Netherlands arrived with tactical balance. Brazil arrived with history and talent. On paper, everything was predictable. Possession stats would favor Germany. Defensive organization would favor the Dutch. Attacking brilliance would favor Brazil. But football is not played on paper. It is played in moments where logic disappears, and this night was built entirely on moments. Germany, the collapse of a machine. Germany's identity has always been clear. Efficiency, discipline, mental strength, a system designed to survive pressure. Against Paraguay, that system started perfectly. Germany controlled the tempo, controlled the passing lanes, controlled the rhythm of the match, but something subtle began to change. The chances didn't convert. The final pass lacked precision, the finishing became hesitant, and slowly, pressure entered the system, not from Paraguay, from within. The fear of failure became louder than the tactics. By extra time, Germany weren't playing football anymore. They were protecting a result that didn't exist. Penalties, where legends break. Penalty shootouts are not about skill, they are about identity, and Germany's identity cracked. One shot missed, then another. Suddenly, every step toward the ball felt heavier. Every run-up felt slower. Every breath felt louder. Paraguay on the other side didn't hesitate. No fear, no doubt, no history weighing them down. And when the final penalty hit the net, something unthinkable happened. Germany didn't just lose, they vanished from the tournament, and with them a sense of football order disappeared too. The question no one can ignore: how does this even happen? How does a team built on decades of dominance collapse in a single match? The answer is not simple. Modern football has evolved. Underdogs are no longer naive. They are prepared, they are structured, they are fearless, and most importantly, they no longer believe in names. Germany still played like reputation mattered. Paraguay played like only performance matters. And in modern football, that difference is everything. The Netherlands, the silent disaster. If Germany's fall was loud, the Netherlands' collapse was silent. No dramatic early mistakes, no obvious tactical disaster at first, no immediate warning signs, just gradual erosion. Against Morocco, the match began evenly. But Morocco didn't play like a team hoping for an upset. They played like a team expecting victory. Every duel was contested. Every transition was dangerous. Every moment carried belief. And slowly, the Dutch structure stopped feeling stable. You could see it in the back line, in the midfield spacing, in the hesitation before passing forward, and most importantly, in the faces of the players. Confidence doesn't disappear instantly. It leaks. The moment the game was lost, the Netherlands still had chances, still had control in phases, still had experience. But experience without belief is just history. As the match entered penalties, the psychological shift was complete. Morocco stepped up first. No fear, no hesitation. Every penalty felt like it belonged. The Netherlands responded, but something was missing. Not technique, not talent, conviction. And when the final penalty was struck, there was no celebration first, only silence, a silence that echoed across the football world. Another giant had fallen. The rise of a new football era. Two giants gone in one night changes everything. This is no longer football dominated by traditional powers. This is football where structure beats reputation, where discipline beats history, where belief beats pressure. Teams like Paraguay and Morocco are no longer surprises. They are warnings, warnings that the hierarchy is gone and something new has replaced it: uncertainty. Brazil, survival, not dominance. Then came Brazil, the team everyone watches, the team everyone fears, the team everyone expects to win. But expectations don't score goals. Against Japan, Brazil faced something unfamiliar: control without dominance, attacks without finishing, pressure without answers. Japan didn't panic, they didn't retreat. They played with structure and discipline that forced Brazil into discomfort. And as time ran out, the impossible started to feel real. Brazil might actually fall, not in a dramatic collapse, but in a slow suffocation. The moment everything changed, and then football did what it always does. It created a moment, one sequence, one attack, one decisive finish. Suddenly, everything shifted. Relief exploded across the Brazilian team. Tension released in the stadium. Fear turned into survival. But survival is not dominance, and that distinction matters more than ever. Brazil are still alive, but something has changed. In previous eras, Brazil overwhelmed opponents. They dictated tempo, they imposed identity. Now they are reacting to pressure, reacting to structure, reacting to teams that refuse to be intimidated, and that is dangerous because at some point in a tournament, reaction is not enough. The new title contenders, with Germany gone, with the Netherlands gone, the tournament opens completely. France remains balanced and dangerous. England still carries physical dominance and depth. Argentina brings emotional momentum and experience. Brazil brings unpredictability and legacy. And then there are the outsiders, teams no one expected, teams no one can ignore anymore. Because this World Cup has proven a simple truth: there are no guaranteed finalists, only survivors. The tournament that changed football years from now. People may not remember every scoreline, but they will remember the feeling that giants were no longer safe, that every match could flip history. That reputation meant nothing under pressure. This wasn't just a group of upsets, this was a structural change in world football, and it raises one final question. If Germany can fall, if the Netherlands can disappear, if Brazil can almost be eliminated, then what happens next? Because the most dangerous part of chaos is that it doesn't end when you expect it to. It evolves.